Morbid came out with this video a while ago, but I've never seen this video. This video is called Kids Books with Disturbing Backstories. We've seen video games with disturbing backstories. I had to go back for this joint. Mind you, Morbid, I think Morbid has short hair in this joint, so Morbid gonna look a little different. So let's go ahead and see what it is.
Growing up, we all read kid books. These books are meant to teach. Growing up, we all read kid books. These books are meant to teach us how to read, and a lot of the times,
where's my $1? Is it 2030
really
yet?
Life lessons. But sometimes these books can have a disturbing backstory, such as a depiction of slavery, a Dr. Seuss book being cursed, and a kid's book about satanic ritual. So today, we will be talking about kid books with disturbing backstories. What's up, guys?
This nigga really had the short hair. I'm not gonna hold you. And no mustache. A nigga like me had no reading comprehension, so I ain't read. No, I'm kidding.
The Giving Tree.
I read this.
A guy made a video talking about why this book is bad, and to be honest, he does have a few points on why the backstory is pretty disturbing, but it's still a stretch. In the book of The Giving Tree, it's about a tree giving the kid all the things that he wants. At first, the kid just wants to play, but when he gets older, he comes back to the tree for things in return, such as wanting money, so the tree gives the boy all the tree's apples so he can sell them, since money makes you happy, and the boy doesn't even say thank you. Then when he's an adult, he comes back to the tree and asks for a house, so the tree gives the man all the branches so he can have a house.
What y'all asking? What y'all asking the Giving Tree? What y'all asking the Giving Tree? You can do tomorrow. I don't know if we're doing VR tomorrow at all, you know what I'm saying? But I'll look into the game. If I want to play it, I'll play it. If I don't want to play it, then I won't play it, you know what I'm saying? But what y'all asking? Money, Ice Spice, hose, peanut butter, 3 more wishes. I don't know if the Giving Tree can do all those. Throw. We gotta ban you. We gotta ban those. You thought I ain't see you. We gotta ban those for sure. We gonna see you on ban request though. Ass, money, Doja Cat, sexy red, bad wishes. By the way, yo, why all y'all wishes so sexual, bro? Why all y'all wishes so sexual? I only seen like a couple of y'all ask for like money or something like that. Why all y'all wishes so like sexual based, bro? Horny ass. I want a goth mommy. Myra, thank you for saying money. That's the real nigga answer. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay, Jason Love. Okay, all right. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it.
And once again, he doesn't say thank you. And finally, when he's an old man, he comes back to the tree and asks the tree for a boat, so the tree allows him to cut down the whole tree so the old man could be happy, and for the last time, he doesn't say thank you. The book is apparently a cautionary tale, which means it's a book that warns the listener of a danger. And the book also teaches you about self-sacrifice, unconditional love, and mother-child relationships, since the boy represents the child figure and the tree represents a parental figure. Since so many mothers out there, they do sacrifice everything for their child so they can be happy. Those should be pretty good lessons to teach, but people hate this book. And when I say hate this book, I mean it, because there's whole communities hating on this book because the brat never says thank you, and by the end of the book, when the kid is an older man, he still comes back to the tree to ask for more stuff, but the tree apologizes to the man, saying that, hey, I can't give you more things. Like,
damn,
you basically killed.
I'm not gonna hold you. Nigga didn't ask for what he was supposed to be asking for, my nigga. I would have asked for 2 Popeyes gift cards, 3 Twix bars, 8 raspberry slushies. Nigga like me would have been asking for what we really need, you know what I'm saying? But that's just
right, because the tree is born. And I do see why many people hate this book, because the kid never says thank you, but at the same time, you shouldn't hate the book, because the book does have some pretty good lessons, such as self-sacrifice and parental love, etc. But yeah, if the author made the kid say thank you, it would have avoided so much hate, because, you know, teaching kids,
there's no way that it was that badly received because the bro didn't say thank you.
Good manners is pretty good, and the author.
But y'all know, fun fact, bro. Y'all know that's the most annoying thing. You ever did something for somebody, and it's not like I expect anything when you do something for somebody, because you're supposed to do it at the kindness of your heart. But when you do something for somebody and they don't say thank you, you notice that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's some That's for a fine brown skinned Latina. I ain't gonna he spare right now, but I'm out. But y'all, has that ever happened? Like you did something for somebody and they just didn't say thank you, like, and then he just continue not to say thank you. Some people out here just don't say thank you, and it's kind of actually wild. I'm not gonna fool you. You know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty wild. I'm not gonna cap.
Should have done that in the first place. But yeah, you shouldn't hate the whole book entirely because of that reason.
And I hate the argument. Oh, you already know, bro. You already know how thankful I am. No, nigga. Say thank you, bro. Say thank you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I expect a thank you on every single thing, but it's like if you don't say thank you enough, it's gonna add up. I ain't gonna cap.
And also, no hate to the author, of course, but did you really have to put your face on the back of the
This nigga look like Steve Jobs on a good day, my nigga. That's crazy.
book? Because that kind of scared me as a kid, and I'm pretty sure in The Diary of the Wimpy Kid, in one of those books, they actually made fun of the fact that the author put his face on the back of the book because it was kind of disturbing. No hate to him, of course. Oh, and one more thing. A library in Colorado actually banned the book because it teaches you about gender roles. It's a tree that we're talking about. I mean, yeah, the tree is supposed to be a parental figure to the kid, but it doesn't specify the gender, and we don't know if it's a father or a mother. Like, it's just a tree. Yeah, just a tree.
The Very Hungry Caterpillar. We all know the book about a caterpillar that eats
that one girl who was in the last video. Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. This is that one book, chat. I don't know if y'all remember this book, but this book is like shaped weird. Like it's like 8 pages, but like it's like I don't even know how to explain it. But if y'all read this book, you already know this joint's like a square, bro. Like I don't know. I love this book. I feel like everybody had to read this book at some point.
Very Hungry Caterpillar. We all know the book about a caterpillar that eats and it becomes a beautiful
She's the type of girl I want. I know.
Butterfly by the end of the book. Well, many people claim that there's a hidden message in the story because supposedly it teaches kids unhealthy eating habits and encourages a binge eating disorder. Because in the book, the caterpillar eats and eats and eats until it becomes a beautiful butterfly. So therefore, if a kid eats a lot, they can be beautiful too. Of course, there's something wrong.
That's tough. Some of y'all took that message literally, huh? You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all never mind.
Like that, but apparently it does encourage eating disorders with no consequences in unhealthy eating. But personally, I don't believe that. I think it is a huge stretch.
Yeah,
not
it definitely is a stretch.
But literally eat whatever you want. You're gonna be beautiful regardless.
As actually, Cat, if you eat an Arby's, then I'm not gonna hold you. Dead ass might be like one of the dirtiest niggas out here. I'm just saying that's not always true, but. Yeah.
But there is one more thing to this book. Apparently the caterpillar is a capitalist because it only takes one bite of each food item and it just wastes.
Bro, this is a I hate niggas so much, bro. This is a children's book, bro. Niggas is calling a fictional caterpillar targeted for people who are like from age 2 to 4 a capitalist, bro. This is a children's book. What are you talking about? Let him eat what he want to go eat, bro. It's gonna start calling bro capitalist. Next thing you know, Stuart Little's gonna be a communist. Like, stop calling. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? These are for kids.
The food, so no one else can have the food. No, the caterpillar only takes one bite, so the artist can draw more colors into the book. After all, the whole book is basically painted white. It lacks a lot of color, and there's basically no sky, no ground, no nothing. It's just white background. The only colors in the book are the caterpillar and the branch. So in order to add more colors to the book, they had the caterpillar take one bite out of each food item so they can have more art in the book to make it more colorful. Because kids are attracted to color and that's what makes them pick up the book to look at the pictures. So yeah, it's a huge stretch and I don't believe it, but people like to dig deep.
So that's the end of the 2 kid books with slightly disturbing backstories. Like for me, they don't have a disturbing backstory.
Yeah, both of them were reaches. I'm not gonna hold.
Many people just hate on the book for the wrong reasons. Personally, that's what I believe. But if you happen to believe that those 2 kid books have a disturbing backstory, please comment down why, because I really want to know your thoughts. But yeah, the other 7 books that we will be talking about does have a pretty dark backstory.
Is Diary of the Wimpy Kid on here? I always used to think Diary of the Wimpy Kid was low-key deeper than it actually was.
Roald Dahl's books.
Who wrote Roald Dahl? I remember that nigga. What book did he make? I used to see this nigga's name all the time. What books did he make? I know this bro had made some of the like most fire books. I remember bro's name. Matilda. Did he make Matilda? I remember his name. What did he make, bro? Matilda. What else did he make? The rhyme books, Minecraft, but he did not make no Minecraft. Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate. Oh yeah, he did.
Roald Dahl is a legend since many of his books he wrote are pretty legendary, since he wrote about Matilda, the BFG, and even Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In all of his books, he talks about his life experiences, which is not an uncommon thing to do since many authors do that.
Yo,
but in the BFG, the big friendly giant will sometimes make up random and strange words.
That is glummy. Goodbye, Snozcumber.
This strange
Cumber.
vocabulary is supposed to represent Roald's wife, who had a stroke that damaged her brain, making her forget words, and when she forgets the word that she wants to say, she happens to make up a random word. In general, the BFG is not a representation of his wife, but the vocabulary part is. And this book is also dedicated to Roald's daughter, who passed away at the age of 7 from measles. Roald also made Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which has a bit of racism in the book since the Oompa Loompas have African descent and are depicted as slaves for
the Oompa Loompa design was always a little crazy, like, you know what I'm saying, but we just ain't saying nothing about it.
Chocolate Factory. This was always controversial and people brought that up, calling Roald a racist, but his team claimed that he was never a racist because he wanted Charlie to be originally black, but his publisher made Roald turn Charlie to a white person so it can appeal to a wider audience.
Damn.
Roald was never the nicest person because many people called him mean, and even his first wife divorced him for that reason. He was also a spy against the US government, and he even defended Hitler, saying that he was right about Jewish people.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. We can't support. I take back what I said about I can't support those type of books no more. That's crazy. I can't support those type of books no more. I ain't gonna hold. That's crazy. Kanye, yo, come on.
But Hitler just took it too far. Yeah, I think people were right about him. He was definitely mean and a racist.
That is crazy.
So yeah, I take that back.
I can't even believe that. That's
Roald is not a legend, but he did make some pretty iconic books. I'll give him that. Oh, and funny thing, his last words before he passed away was literally fuck. That was his last words. That was kind of legendary, to be honest. You know, that's a good way to go out.
Where the Wild Things Are. In an article from
Where the Wild
ABC,
Things
they interviewed the
Are.
author of the book, Amari.
Damn, that's a crazy. What y'all want y'all last words to be? My last words is gonna be, why didn't this sentence right here? Why didn't the Seahawks run the ball? That's gonna be my last words. I ain't gonna hold you. It is what it is. Chicken. I'm about to. Okay, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm in the trap, buddy. Free daycare. Last words is follow Blue Rye on Twitch, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. The dick riding is crazy. Okay, let's continue.
Sendak in 2002. Sendak's Where the Wild Things Are illuminated not only the protagonist Max's imagination, but also rage, a reaction to a mother's emotional absence and the overall darker and neglected parts of a child's psyche. In the book, Max was sent to bed without dinner. He had some type of imaginative rage that a forest grew where the wild things were. After that, Max becomes a leader of them, and after they have fun, Max sends the wild things to bed without dinner. This isn't in the article, but this could possibly be an example on why kids bully people. Most bullies aren't treated the best at home, so they take that rage from their parents and put it onto other kids.
My last words will be, why do they call it oven when you have in the cold food about hot eat the food?
That was probably the most broken sentence I've ever heard in my fucking life, Chad. I ain't gonna hold you. That is probably the most broken sentence I've ever heard in my. Yo, real pause, real quick, chat. So, I was thinking when we play Roblox, which I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or the day after. When we get on Roblox, I probably won't just play Roblox. I'm thinking about doing confessions, but if we do confessions, it'll probably be Bruce Drop 'em All style confessions where I'll lower the bit to 50. So every single confession will be 50, so it'll be text to speech confession. So not $50, 50 bits, so 50 cents. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking of low key doing that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to do confessions with y'all, but I think I'm low key thinking about letting y'all confess some stuff while we're playing it just to keep it entertaining. So just as a leak, you know what I'm saying? Just as a leak. We'll see in a couple days.
In this case, Max is getting punished with no dinner, so when he takes over the wild things, he uses the same punishment onto the wild things for no reason. Also, Max deserved that punishment because he chased the dog with a stick.
Pan, thank you for $5.
The original author of Peter Pan was James Matthew Barrie, and as you may know, Peter Pan wants to stay young and never grow up. Well, want to know why he was written like that? That's because James was fascinated with childhoods. He's not a P-word necessarily. It's kind of complicated. But one inspiration on how Peter Pan was made was the fact that James' older brother passed away in an accident at the age of 14. Clearly when you're 14, you're still going through childhood, and the death of the brother really got to James. He couldn't wrap his head around the fact that he is now older than his older brother, and that James is now doing adult things while his older brother never got to do adult things. Damn. And by the way, when I say adult things, I mean like getting a job or paying taxes. Not those adult things. James would nickname his brother the Forever Child since his brother never became an adult and was a child forever since he is technically 14 forever. So that's how James'
that's so crazy started, and that a lot of these books got all this lore and all these backstories to them. That's kind of wild. It makes you think about them, like if you ever read them again. Not that I would read any of these books again, but if I did, then you know. I personally do not pay taxes. Josh, that is crazy. I'm not going to. The IRS is watching.
He was just fascinated with the concept of having a childhood. In 1889, before James created Peter Pan, James would meet two kids named George and John Davies at a park. And he would even be friends with two kids and even met their parents. And the parents eventually had 3 more kids, and their names were Peter, Michael, and Nicholas. Then James would name 3 characters from the Peter Pan book after 3 of the 5 kids he met from the Davies family, and those names being Peter, John, and Michael. Then sadly, the kids' parents would pass away, making James unofficially adopt the kids. Over the years, when the kids grew up to be adults, Peter Davies,
I'm not going for a second.
Kids. Over the years.
This photo is fucking tripping me up. I'm not gonna hold you for a second. I thought my nigga was on Pinocchio timing, but I think it's just the grass in the back. But this photo was tripping me the out for a second. I'm not gonna hold.
Years when the kids grew up to be adults, Peter Davies, whose name was used to name Peter Pan, threw himself onto subway tracks because he was an alcoholic and had those bad thoughts. He was 63 at the time, and a lot of biographies do claim that James Matthew Barrie was not a weirdo. He did not do anything weird to those younglings, but it is still weird how he was fascinated with childhood, especially befriending and adopting strangers' kids.
It definitely odd, but he's not no EDP type. It's just a little like it's just different.
But yeah, that is pretty disturbing. It's and a little odd. Rest in peace to Peter Davies, of course. And I mean, rest in peace to I think everyone, because obviously this was 1889, so they're all dead by now. Rest in peace.
Watership Down. Watership Down is a book about rabbits, and it is claimed that the book is an allegory for communism.
Have y'all seen that? What the hell? I don't think I read this book before.
Watership Down is a book about rabbits, and it is claimed that the book
bro called sis mommy. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. You need your chat license revoked.
Is an allegory for communism and a bit of religion since there's this weird bunny god. But the daughter of the author claims that it's just a book about rabbits and nothing more. This book and movie is compared to Animal Farm, which is a story that most of us know. It's a book slash movie that looks like it was made for kids because it was made for kids. But it has a way deeper meaning than that. In the story, if you actually replace the animal characters with humans, the story will make a lot more sense. The author, Richard Adams, served the British Army, and you do see some more comparisons in the book because these rabbits
That's why I ain't read the book. The nigga served the British Army, my nigga. The author serves the British Army. That's why I ain't see the book, my nigga. It's way before our time. Malcolm Uji. That's why none of us know the book.
their lives crossing enemy lines just to find safety. And some of these rabbits were even based on real soldiers that Richard has met. So the story is about Richard's perspective on the war because it's mainly about the Battle of Arnhem, that fought over 9 days in September of 1944, in which nearly 2,000 Allied soldiers were killed. I know this video is about books, but if you do want to watch the movie, it is very bloody and gruesome. Like so many moms probably.
That was a book movie adaptation. Jesus Christ, dude, that joint went down. Shit was kind of crazy. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Yo, y'all know when I was in kindergarten, fun fact, there was this book. No, there was these movies. It was Studio Ghibli movies. We watched Ponyo in kindergarten. We watched another movie in kindergarten that I don't remember to this day. But there was, y'all know, all Studio Ghibli movies aren't not all of them are as friendly as others. So I don't even remember what movie this was, bro. I don't even know if it was Studio Ghibli that this third movie was, but that shit was bloody as fuck. They accidentally showed us a movie in kindergarten. It was a samurai, and this nigga was literally slicing niggas' heads off, bro. Really, like it was actually crazy. He took it off. The whole school was seeing it at the exact same time, but he was just showing this one samurai. If I saw his face, then I will remember. But he was literally slicing motherfuckers' heads off, bro. Like stabbing people, bro. It wasn't like on no like minor cut stop. People was getting decapitated, limbs turned off, bro. Like, of course, it was all in GTA, all animated, by the way. But like, we saw that at kindergarten for 5 minutes, and the school just like, I don't know how that day even let that happen. To this day, one of the craziest things that happened in kindergarten. But no, what was you watching? I wish I could tell y'all what it was, but I do not remember. But it might be by a Studio Ghibli movie because we were watching Studio Ghibli movies that week. But if not, it's definitely a Japanese animated film. You know what I'm saying?
Probably showed this movie to their kids and probably thought it was like
Samurai Jack.
Disney movie, but in reality the movie just shows like a bunch of rabbits fighting for their lives and lots of disturbing imagery. From the clips shown, you may assume that the book isn't for kids, but keep in mind that the author is from the UK, so the book has a UK rating of U, which means suitable for all ages, making this book a kid's book, but even as an adult you can still find enjoyment from the book.
Hansel and Gretel. This
never read the Hansel and Gretel books in my life. Not gonna count.
Is a very old fairy tale
it was Dororo has been out for a while, but no, it wasn't Dororo. I was fucking like, they wouldn't play Dororo in my class. I don't know what this shit was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this shit was.
Out in 1812, but the story originated in the Baltic region around 1315 CE. There was a huge famine in Europe because a volcano affected the climate change, causing shortage of crops since it can't grow anymore.
Damn, this is nigga standing skeletons. That's tough.
This was a global issue, but it affected Europe even more because before the famine, their food source was already scarce. This affected 30 million people and 25% of them died from starvation. So a lot of parents would abandon their kids, and some parents even ate them. Many scholars claim that this was a true inspiration of Hansel and Gretel, since in the fairy tale, the parents of the two kids abandoned them twice because they failed abandoning them the first time. While the parents ditched their kids, Hansel and Gretel tries to find them again.
To be fair, we already knew Attack on Titan. We already knew. No, like I said, twice is crazy. Bro, we already know that Hansel and Gretel are it's odd, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when you like you watch or you read this shit, this one witch is trying to fatten, you know what I'm saying, the kids up, like off rip that's weird as hell. I'm not gonna hold you. Princess Mononoke, it might be, and I don't remember. I don't know if this one was it. It has to be a certain character, bro. I don't know. She wasn't the character who was killing people. It was somebody else. I don't know. I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's this one. But, yeah.
They find a house made out of candy.
The thing is already weird, though.
The goal in the book is to eat them.
The Cursed Dr. Seuss book.
Cursed Dr. Seuss book, yo. I don't know about the nigga Dr. Seuss, but bro, Green Eggs and Ham, Sam I Am. To this day, I still got beef with Sam I Am. To this day, fuck Sam I Am. Fuck anybody who rock with Sam I Am. Did y'all try Green Eggs and Ham in kindergarten? Never met Dr. Seuss. Don't know nothing about that nigga. But I fuck with some of his books. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. No, Dr. Seuss a wild motherfucker. I'm not hip on nothing that he did. He probably did some crazy shit. Daycare I did. He made World War II propaganda. That's crazy. I'm not gonna use mad racist. Damn, that's tough. I'm not surprised though. I'm not.
There's actually a book written by Dr. Seuss that is haunted, and it actually has a pretty terrifying name. It's called The Foot Book. It's not really distributed. I just want it to be anticlimactic. Not all copies of the
Yeah, some of y'all might be into that. That's
book
crazy.
are cursed, but instead it's one particular copy, and the backstory to why it's haunted is pretty disturbing. And that's why it's in this video. The actual book is about feet, and the different types of feet, which is innocent, since it's a goofy book. And this book was actually the first book he wrote after his wife passed away. So he would work on this book to distract himself from his sadness. Spiritually, it is claimed that when you're sad, you will have negative energy around you, causing you to be haunted by spirits, because bad spirits
King
are
Book, was it Loki?
people.
Was he Loki having foot fetish or something?
And are more immune to having their bodies taken over. One family who owned a copy felt as if they were being watched and heard kid-like whispers while reading the foot book. The family wasn't the original owner since it was owned by another person, and allegedly the previous homeowners had a murder case.
Why y'all keep adding me talking about some hook me up like I know sis? I don't know who that is, nigga. Stop adding me on that, nigga. You go shoot the shot, nigga. Stop expecting handouts. Even if I did know her, nigga, I wouldn't put her out with some random bitch ass random nigga from chat, my nigga. Stop adding me talking about some hook me up, nigga. I don't know her, my nigga. But even if I did, nigga, I wouldn't put her on with you. You know what I'm saying? Just all the strength that you keep adding me, my nigga.
In their home, and if you look closer in the book, you'll see some Kool-Aid stains. This book is now at the West Virginia National Museum of the Paranormal, locked away in a glass case.
Don't make me go back, mommy.
Oh no, that joint sounds crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
Bruh, this
That
book
joint already
is
sounds crazy.
so nutty, and I don't even know how much I can talk about this book because this book is a no-no for YouTube. And
Oh, chat.
yes, this is a kid's book made for kids. So if there's like a lot of censorship in this part of the video,
let me.
I'm
I need the
sorry because
censorship.
I have to like avoid saying
If
many
this nigga
words.
can't say it, and remember Morbid be showing some crazy shit sometimes, but if this nigga can't say it, oh no, this shit is wild.
But this book is about satanic ritual A-word to younglings. And yes, this is indeed a kid's book. Before I get into it, I do want to mention that the publishing company who published this book, Multnomah Press, is a Christian company that makes books for kids about struggles in life, such as adoption or how to deal with an alcoholic parent.
Question mark?
These lessons
Bro,
are
think of it
pretty
as,
good
2
because
months.
if you happen to go through adoption at a young age, it might be hard to fit in, so you'll just get their adoption book, read it, and like you'll learn how to fit in. These books were made in order to help younglings on going through a tough time. But having a book about satanic ritual A-word,
That's
what?
wild.
I mean, how common is that even? Like, yeah, sure, it is a possibility, of course, but like that compared to like adoption is like
Yeah, y'all would
way,
be these crosses,
way more
nigga.
common. So
Why somebody make this?
what's the
I
point
ain't gonna
of
hold you,
making
nigga. Shit, I might need to get a cross, nigga. Like that's kind of like the abuse part is what's really getting me. Like that's it is a kid's book. Remind you, this is for kids. These are children, bro.
a book about, you know, younglings going through satanic ritual A-word? It doesn't make sense to me. This book does have some disturbing imagery because it's about a daycare and the workers of the daycare happen to be Satanists and the younglings happen to be harm, such as a girl not wanting to drink the quote-unquote magic juice, one kid getting married, and another kid getting the magic surgery because they put a monster in him, making him sleep
What?
forever. Then there's
wait.
2 more pages with really disturbing imagery because one page says this: I don't want the medicine on my bottom, and I don't
This
want
is
any
making
more
me feel
pictures
very
of me
uncomfortable.
in the movie star room. They hurt me, mommy. I'm bad. I'm really bad. While they show
Nah,
an
hell nah. Hey, y'all have a good night, man.
image of someone walking out of the shower. Very disturbing. And then there's this page that says nothing that happens in the circle can be told outside of the circle. There is no way out because there is no end to
Yo,
it.
is that a
Your
noose?
parents have given you to us. They know what is
Bro,
happening.
kids book, by the way,
And
chat.
yeah,
I'll be creeped out if I read this now, bro. I'm
just
already
by
creeped
the
out.
image, it's disturbing. And yes, this is a book for younglings. And like I said earlier, the book company makes a lot of books about serious topics, helping out younglings going through a tough time. But did this really happen? Not necessarily. This book came out in the 1980s, and back then, there was this thing called the Satanic Panic, where people were afraid of Satanists since that belief was starting to get more popular. And it didn't help that rock and metal music were mainstream in the 1980s. Nothing wrong with those music genres, but because of that music in the 1980s, people thought you were a devil worshipper or a Satanist because a huge misconception about those people is that they like metal music and have human sacrifices, which is not true. In Bakersfield, California in the 1980s, 36 people were wrongfully convicted on A-word to younglings. And interviewers
They were
interviewed
wrongly
the
convicted?
youngling
He said they was wrongly convicted or convicted?
on A-word. In the 1980s, 36 people were wrongfully convicted on A-word to younglings. And interviewers interviewed the younglings, leading questions suggesting satanic rituals. The younglings obviously don't really know what's going on, so they'll just answer what the interviewer wants to hear, so the kids will make up fake stories about satanic ritual A-word just so they can get out of that situation quicker. The younglings were set up, causing 36 people being wrongfully arrested, so they took the kids
There's
away
so much
from the
lore
parents
to
that got
this one joint,
arrested,
chat.
and 2 of the 36 people that were convicted passed away in prison.
Damn.
The Satanic Panic ruined lives, and this is even compared to the Salem witch trials, which back
Yeah,
then
that definitely is some Salem witch trial shit. I don't know if y'all watched The Crucible in high school yet, but like that just that whole thought is crazy. That motherfuckers was panicking because he thought people was witches, so he just, you know what I'm saying, slaughtered a whole bunch of people in GTA. Like, it's crazy.
you can call a stranger a witch and they will be put down, while in the Satanic Panic, you can call somebody a Satanist and say that they had a human sacrifice or a lie, something like that, and they will be put into jail. But over time, the remaining 34 people that got arrested was overturned because a lot of the kids' stories aren't adding up, and some of them even admitted to making fake stories since they just agreed
That's
to
fucked up.
everything what the interviewer was saying. So yeah, it was kind of a setup. There has been some good out of this because this changed the way on how interviewers and interrogators can approach younglings with questions, because if you ask a youngling, hey,
You know, like they most likely they might not always be telling the truth. They're children, bro. I don't even know how that went through.
did this person did this to you? The kid may just go along and just lie what really happened just to get out of that situation, possibly causing a wrongful arrest. So instead, they'll just ask the youngling, what's a normal day like? So the interrogator won't ask any questions that can lead to the youngling to answer untruthfully. And that is the end.
Damn, that was like a lore-filled video, like a very, very in-depth, like lore-filled video. That was a good video for Morbid, man. That last one was so weird, chat. That last one was so weird. I'm not gonna hold you. But good throwback video for Morbid, though. W video.